Hey guys, Standard VR back with your daily Pokemon battles. Today we're going to do something a little bit new. We're going to go into the almost any ability format. I haven't played this one, so super excited to check it out. If you haven't yet, please drop a sub. Trying to get to 100 subscribers. We're a little over halfway there. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Alright. We got some cool mons over here. Obviously, Scarm could be like what, Flash Fire, or what is that? The dog's ability. Well-baked body. That's what I'm looking at. Obviously, either one of these steel guys can be that. Let's see. We do have rocks on Mammo. That's not bad. That's not a bad set. That Meloetta looks kind of nice. All right. I say we lead Zap. We get a big choice scarf U-turn if we need to. Obviously, either one of these birds could be like Volt Absorb too. I could see. But I have no idea. I have not really looked too much into what these things like to run. But we're gonna find out. Alright, I do think that here we can just throw off a big Thunder and see if it's Volt Absorb. I don't think it's Volt Absorb. But this thing, as always, is a special wall. Could be Fluffy, maybe? I do think could just go Zama. What abilities do we have, by the way? Primordial Sea, got Fluffy on the Petrarant, Leg Body on Corp, Regenerator on Meloetta, Sword of Rune, Zama, and Technician Loaded Dice of Mamoswine. Actually, we're gonna go Mamoswine because I don't want to get paired on anything. Dude, I could have gone Petrarant. Would have been nice. That's fine. You're probably Fluffy. I'm just gonna get rocks up. I don't think that Mamoswine really does a whole lot of work. This thing could be Earth Eater. Could be a lot of things, to be honest. Could be like Chi-Yu's ability, some special attack, boost and stuff. Could also just be Booster Energy. Booster Energy, ground, like, it's just crazy. There's a Scarm. Yeah, I wasn't EQing. What I am going to do, though, is I am just going to Icicle Spear. Because, oh, your stamina. Nice. That's cool. You know, body press? Because the thing is, could go Patch. I'd just Icicle Spear. Let's get my chip. You can get a +6 defense. That's fine. Roost. Yeah, I'm not switching. Cool. All right. So Zapdos, anyways, is here to just Thunderbolt. Thunder. Which should still smoke a Scarm, right? I know Skarmory is kind of stupidly defensive and bulky, but like, we're at Zapdos. Let's find out. Yeah. Back into the Bliss. Let's see. Actually, just gonna go Corv here. Defog this stuff away. Yep, that's fine. Still don't know what this thing's ability is. Assuming it's like, it's gotta be like Fluffy or something, right? It hasn't shown anything, right? All I've seen is Seismic Toss. It's Unaware, maybe? That'd be kind of nice. That'd be cool. Unaware Bliss. Let's see, they're big thinking. Corviknight could also just do a ton of damage to this thing with like Brave Bird. There's a Gardevoir. What do you got? I mean, probably Mystical Fire, something or another. Huh. I have a great switch into this thing depending on what it wants to do. I'm just gonna U-turn out. Is you're slower than a Corviknight? That's crazy. We're on Meloetta. Just because it's vested. How was you Trick Room? That would explain. That explains a lot. Alright, we are slow anyways. We're just going to click Knock Off. Mental Herb. Teleport. Interesting. That is a very interesting Gardevoir set. So what ability are you though? You Oblivious? Maybe Taunted? No, he's got a Mental Herb. Huh. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Teleport Gardevoir. What do you come into? What do you come in here if it's here? I mean, Abominable is okay, but can you KO a Meloetta at 1? Probably. It's not that bulky on the defensive side. We're gonna find out. There's that Abominable. I think we just go Corv. Because we are fluffy. They're like super defensive. I don't think you Ice Hammer here. That's what this guy does, right? Ice Hammer. And then you get like Drain Punch, Hammer Arm, all the hammer moves. Let's see. This could just be clicking Knock Off as well. Wouldn't be bad. Do a ton of damage. What's your ability? You got Sword of Ruin over there? Have Adaptability? Adaptability would be kind of nice, like Abominable. CC. Ooh, gosh. Yeah, that thing's got to be like Bandit or something, right? Or no, it's Orb. Rocky Helmet. Yeah, it's Orb. We're gonna go Patch. Ooh, it's a Ice Hammer and Miss. I don't think Ice Hammer KOs. I'm a Parting Shot. Yeah, we'll just get out of here. This is a nice spot for was Corv? We don't know. Well, Corv. We're gonna try and get a Roost off. Don't have a lot of speed, but we might have just enough. Maybe to outspeed a Blissey. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and get that Roost off. As I'm assuming they're gonna CC again. I mean, the Ice Hammer. Petron is like stupid. You know what I mean? Like that's so bulky. I'm just gonna Malignant Chain. I know you got 3 steel guys, but like you keep wanting to bring in that Blissey. So like you can get poisoned. What do you do though? Like you can't Seismic Toss. I'm going back into Corv. Yeah, Heal Bell's fine. Because I can just get a U-turn off. So you go into your own Corv. we just go Zapdos. I don't think that you... I mean, you're just going to go Blissey, right? Here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to U-turn. We're going to come right back in with that Zama. And what is your close combat switching? That is my question. What is your close combat switching? Obviously Gardevoir. But can it eat 2 at 43%? We might find out. We're also sort of ruined, so this does a lot of damage. Still don't know what this Blissey's ability is. But this choice banded adaptability, sort of ruin Zama's into close combat and is going to smoke things. Yeah. Like, that's just a lot of damage. Like, and I highly doubt you are, when you can't beat your mental herb, so you're not scarfed. Oh, you're prankster. Oh, nice. That's cool. Alright, so now this Blissey gets really hard to break. We go Petrot. Yeah, this game gets a lot harder from here. Because Blissey becomes almost impossible to break. We really need Corv to... Gotta make sure we preserve our Corviknight to break it. Alright. I will take that. Jeez, that was hard. Alright, let's get another one. That was a long game. Alright, we're back. Let's see. Obviously, Roaring Moon is a threat and a half on its own. Let's just lead Mammo. I think just lead Mammo's fine. Try to get rocks up if we can. There's that Corv. They could have Defog. I'm not really that concerned about it. I don't get rocks up. There's screens. Prankster screens too. Let's go Icicle Spear. Obviously they can U-turn out into things that can do a lot of damage. So that's fine. We just Icicle Spear. I wonder if they're Regenerator. Or no, they're Prankster screens. Huh. Yeah, there's that U-turn. What do you want to come in with? Could come in with Great Tuscany, Rapid Spin, you know. Might make the Petrot play. I don't really want to eat a Headlong Rush, but we are fluffy, right? I think. So maybe we eat it? But we'll find out. See what they want to do. Obviously that Primarina can come in. They can run an Adaptability or Beads of Ruin. I think Prim could be super dicey. Big choice spec set, you know? Could be a Volt Absorb. Or any of the other, like, you know, Lightning Rod, any of the moves that... Big Lucario. Alright, so this thing's obviously just going to hit hard. Yeah, Steel Beam's fine. So then take... What is that ability? That, like, the secondary effects don't... Sheer Force? Is that what I'm thinking of? Probably Sheer Force Lucario, which is That's cool. You don't take the recoil from Steel Beam? How do we deal with that then? We don't. That's the answer. We don't deal with that. AV Meloetta, maybe? So if we're doing that, we could just Psychic, even though it's probably not going to do a whole lot of damage. We could knock off the Life Orb, which would reduce the damage. I think we just Psychic, though. There's a lot, yes. Knockoff would have been real nice, but that's fine. What are you, though? Are you a Draco? Go Corv. Or AV, so, like... Let's like that knockoff. I did nothing. What are you... Oh, I bet that's Fluffy Latios with, stored power. Yeah, that's probably just the GG's right there. Jeez. How many turns to reflect? You got 2 turns to reflect. Alright. How do we do this? We go Corv. And we U-turn. So we live 1. Get a nasty crit. Come in with Zama. Problem is they are faster. Yeah, they're faster, something we can do. Yeah, that crit did not matter. They are plus a billion. That's just game. I'm gonna try to get a U-turn off, but that training kits did nothing though. It's funny. This forces them into stored power to get rid of 4. Let's come back in with Meloetta. U-turn, stored power doesn't pick up the KO. That's ridiculous. Alright, Zapdos. Alright, we've lost 3 Mons to a super bulky, ridiculously busted weakness policy. I'm assuming Fluffy Latios. Which is super cool. Alright, so obviously you're Prankster. We just Thunder. Yeah, we get rid of you. I don't want you getting reflect. No, we only have special attackers left. It doesn't matter. Alright. You can bring Great Tusk in and just smoke with everything because we are scarfed into Thunder. But do you know that? Roaring Moon's also really good here. But then you're risking like a Thunder Para, so we'll see. So I think the only thing, it's either Great Tusk or Roaring Moon here. Great Tusk is good if you realize that we're scarfed. Roaring Moon is better if you don't know that we're scarfed. And here, I think we sack Patch. Yeah, I say Dragon Dance, obviously. Knockoff's gonna smoke. We just try and Malignant Chain. Get that nice poison going. They should be able to just knock off. Doesn't KO. Get rid of our Rocky Helmet. We cover that up. Just Malignant Chain again. Nice. You, however, we can just Parting Shot out. Here we just hit those big hurricanes. That's half. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Will this get the KO? Find out next time. Did not. Cool. We have to go Meloetta. Go U-turn. Go Close combat does not do enough. We U-turn out, get that regenerator proc, come back in with Petrarant. Obviously they can come in with Great Tusk and Smoke, but we are fluffy. So I'm gonna Malignant Chain. Shoot Earthquake. Yeah, you confused? Alright. Meloetta definitely does not eat. I'm gonna try and get a recover off, but I don't think, yeah. That would have been a nice roll to get, but you know, it's fine. Alright, we come with Meloetta, which we are slower than everything. Get rid of that, but then Burn Moon just comes in. And knock off. And that's game. GG's. Alright, it's kind of a long one, but there we are. Please, drop a sub, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know how your day is going. And as always, you should have a great day. Peace.